Good morning, children. Welcome back to our geography class. In our last class, we have discussed about the classification of industries and also the factors affecting for the location of industries. And in today's class, part 3, we are going to learn about the industrial system, industrial regions, industrial disasters, and risk reduction measures. So these are the 4 concepts which we are going to discuss today's class. Industrial system. What is an industrial system, children? It is a system that consists of inputs, process, and outputs. So, any industrial system, it consists of input, process, and outputs. So, inputs in the sense raw materials which you use for production, labor, cost of the land, it means the rent which you paid for the factories or etc., and transport, power, and other infrastructure materials. Okay, these all comes under inputs. And process means nothing but the process includes a wide range of activities, not only one thing. It involves a wide range of activities, so that converts the raw material into finished goods. So those wide range of activities converts the raw materials into finished goods. Now the next last one is output. Then after the process you'll get a final product, that's only called output. So output are the end product and the income earned from it is also called output. Okay, so if you go to textile industry, in case of textile industry, the input may be the cotton which you use as raw material, labor, it means human labor, skilled labor, unskilled labor. Okay, then factory, transport cost, all this comes under inputs. Then processing involves ginning, spinning, weaving, dyeing, printing. So all these are processing. And the output is the sari or the cloth or the shirt which you wear also comes under output. So in the textile industry case, these are the inputs, process and outputs. I hope it is clear, children. The next comes to industrial regions. So industrial regions emerge with a number of industries located close to each other. Children, industries, they'll not locate separately far away. Okay, all the industries, they locate close to each other, and because they share the benefits of their closeness. For example, if one industry offers or orders any coal, children, they'll not order only for their company itself. So all together, all the companies together, they order the coal in bulk. Okay, understand? So likewise, not only coal, any raw material also they order in bulk. So in that way, they share the benefits of their closeness. Next, major industrial regions of the world are here you can see this Eastern North America, Western and Central Europe, Eastern Europe, and Eastern Asia. Children, do you know one thing? So all the major industrial regions, they tend to locate in the temperate regions. It means moderate climatic conditions, no, in areas where there is moderate climatic conditions. Those areas and near the seaports and especially near where the raw materials are available, no, coal fields or raw material available, no, those areas they locate these industrial regions. Got it? In India, you can find the industrial regions in Mumbai, Pune cluster, Bangalore, Tamil Nadu cluster, Hooghly region, Ahmedabad, Baroda region, Chotanagpur industrial belt, Visakhapatnam, Guntur belt, Gorgaon, Delhi, Meerut region, Kollam, Tirunanthapuram, etc. These are the Watchland clusters, industrial clusters or belts. Okay. Now let us discuss about the industrial disasters. So children, disaster is nothing but accident. On the road it happens now. Accident means what? Happening without knowing. Happening means without. That's called accident. So in industries also accidents may happen, but we call them as disasters because they occur in large extent. It does not harm only one person. It harms that company, along with that company, the people, those are living around the surroundings of that company also affect because of the company. That's why it's called disaster. So we call them as industrial disasters. So usually industrial disasters may occur due to technical failure or irresponsible handling of hazardous material. Technical failure means what? Power cut or coolants not working, likewise. Or irresponsible handling means what? For example, if they have to handle the acids, the levels of particular acids, no, they should maintain. If they did not see that, they may leak. So that comes under what, children? Irresponsible handling of hazardous material. So because of these two things, accidents may occur or disasters may occur in the industries. So one such case is the disaster which has happened in India, that too in the Madhya Pradesh Bhopal, is what, children? Bhopal gas tragedy. So this has happened on 3rd December 1984 around 3 a.m. It means what? Early morning 3 a.m. it has happened, children, in Bhopal. So it is a technical accident. So this company is a fertilizer company, children, pesticide company. So there they have highly poisonous gas called methyl isocyanate, MIC. So this gas, and along with that, hydrogen cyanide also is there. Both of them, those are leaked out from the pesticide factory. Children, do you know this? What's the name of this pesticide company? Yes, it is Union Carbide. The factory name is Union Carbide. So, children, after this leakage, how many people died? Children, in 3 years. It means no, on the spot less only, but after the 3 years, this incident happened in 1984, but by 1989, the death toll, official death toll, means known, unknown we don't know how many. So known how many, children? Known deaths 3,598. Even now also, children, thousands who are survived from this disaster, still suffering from many ailments like blindness, impaired immune system, gastrointestinal disorders, etc. Okay, so one more such kind of disasters happened in the China. That's what, children? Guakyo. Guakyo is a region, children, is a company, and it's in Chongqing, China. Chongqing is a place in China. So that place also, it has happened as a disaster. It happened in 23rd December 2005, children. So here 9,000 people, 243 people died in the spot. Okay, because it's a blast, no, it's a blowout. Blowout means blast. So because of blowout, 243 people died on the spot. Understand, children? And 9,000 were injured and 64,000 were evacuated. Many people died because, children, they are unable to run because explosion, no. If it's a blowout, we can't escape. It takes very less time to explode, no. That's why they can't escape. That's why they have died. Okay, so those who could not escape in time suffered burns also, burns in their eyes, skins, lungs, etc. from that gas. Got it, all of you, children? So now, with this, what you have to understand is you have to take the measures. What kind of measures? Risk reduction measures you have to take. You understand, children? So what are the risk reduction measures? Densely populated residential areas should be separated from the industrial areas. That's why industries, they have to locate in the remote places, not in the middle of the populated areas. Next, people staying in the wind city, it means what? Nearness of the industries. Those people, they should be aware of the storage of toxins or hazardous substance which are available in that company. So that if you know that if any toxic gases are present in that company, you will be far away from that company, right? Yes. Then third one, fire warning and firefighting system should be improved. Firefighters should be there for the company, children. So they fight against the fire. And fire warning system, if anything happens, if anything went wrong, no, this fire warning system, it gives an alarm. So that should be maintained. The next one, storage capacity of toxic substance should be limited. They should not store much in quantity. They should limit the quantity of the toxin substances in the industries. The last but not least is pollution dispersion qualities in the industry should be improved. For example, you know that the industries are the most important factors for the creating or causing pollution. So this kind of pollution should be controlled by taking some quality measures by the industry. You understand, children? So that's all for today. Thank you.